Hi, this is Karuna from Karuna Healing Center. Today I wanted to do a podcast on age. Age is something that pretty much everybody relates to it because it's ingrained in our genes, so to speak, because of the society in which we live. Everything is based on time, and we all know that we age as we time passes. So today I want to talk a little bit about age and how it impacts the quality of your life, your level of happiness, and how you perceive life. So there are two kinds of ages that I want to talk about. One is the biological age, which is probably a new concept for some of you, or maybe you've heard about it. And the other is the chronological age or the physical age. That age is based on the number of months or years that you have spent on this planet Earth. So the physical age is something that you can't really control because it's based on the clock and time goes by. And that's the age on which most of the things in society is linked to. Your age determines when you enter school, kindergarten. Your age determines your education and how you proceed on it. In many of the cultures, it tells them that if you're this age, you should be studying in this grade and this is what you should be doing. Your age determines when you get your driver's license and so forth. So the age, physical age, is a component which is very much ingrained in us. We celebrate our physical age with birthday, and it's something we are very sensitive, become more sensitive about as we grow older. Because there are so many beliefs that start up which the society has imposed on people who are older, right? So when you're young, the age is okay, you enjoy, you celebrate, but for many people as they get older, they start getting more fearful, having more doubts about themselves and their life, because there are so many belief systems that if you cross so and so age, you're more prone to heart disease, you're more prone to diabetes, or you're prone to aging. Right, you're going to age faster, you might have memory loss, you might suffer from Parkinson's if it's there, and so many different things come into play as you get older. But really, is this age important? Is it really important? Right? That's something that I want to talk about today. In many cultures, age is also linked to many milestones people are supposed to achieve. So in many cultures, like Asian cultures, for example, because I come from an Asian background, is by a particular age you should be married, by a particular age you should have had your first kid, right? Or if you cross over a certain age, it's like, oh, now you're too old, you shouldn't be doing these activities. This is for the younger people. This is how you should behave when you turn this age. So there are so many belief systems which come into play as you age, and society expects you to adhere to these systems that they have put in place. And then people start adopting, believing in all those things, and then they start modifying their lifestyle, thinking they're growing old. Oh, you're growing old, so your metabolism's slow, so you need to eat less now. Or, you can't do this rigorous exercise anymore, you need to take care of your joints, or your bones are going to become brittle as you age, so you have to be very careful when you walk, and so forth and so on. But really, is that the age that is something we should be looking at in order to determine the quality of our life, in order to be happy? Personally speaking, I don't think so. In fact, I don't believe in it at all. I think the physical age, the chronicle age, is just a number. What is more important is your biological age. How old do you think you feel? If somebody was to, if you didn't know your physical age, and if somebody asked you how old you are, what's the answer would you give? I think the biological age is the age by which your body is aging. It's different from the physical age. We all know of people who look much older than their age, and we also know of people who look much younger than their real age. So I'm sure all of you have experienced this, have met people who don't look their age at all. They look either older or they look younger. So what does that mean? It means that your biological age is different from your physical age. And I think really a lot of people do not follow the physical age. They look different. Some people are just 40 years old physical, and yet they behave like a 60-year-old. And there are other people who are 60, 70 years old, and they're going for marathon, they're doing all kinds of physical activity, they're having fun, they're enjoying life, and you look at them and you feel they're probably just in their 40s. So the biological age is what is really more important than the physical age, because it's the biological age that determines your quality of life, that determines what you can or cannot do, that determines your happiness level. It's a biological age which helps you to keep away from all the belief systems that society has imposed with the physical age. If you feel young, if you behave young, then what makes you old? Right? So you can get away from all the different systems that is out there which says, oh, you're getting old, this is going to happen, that is going to happen, your memory is going to be affected. But if you don't feel you're young, you're old, then you can remain young, because your mind is way, way more powerful than the clock. With your mind, you can achieve anything. I am a hypnotherapist also, and I have done so much research, functional research about the brain and how it works. And based on my personal experience also, I have seen that you can do great amount of things by changing your belief systems. So think about it for a moment. Stop, pause, and feel. If somebody were to ask you, what is your real age? What is it that you would, what is the number that comes to your mind? That's the number that determines what your actual age is, what you're capable of doing or not doing. And biological age is totally within your control. The clock you cannot change, it will keep running. But your biological age, the aging of your body, the systems in your body, the aging of your mind, the ability to adapt, to change, to be youthful, to be young, is totally within your control. So that is a parameter that you can definitely do something about. To remain young, what is it that you need to do to remain young? I think one of the best things of being young is your ability to adapt to things, adapt to changes. Most young people are able to adapt fast. They can, they can take more risk, and they are more open to adventure and new things, new possibilities. So if you can keep your mind open, you can change your belief systems. You learn to be more adaptable, learn to adapt to change. You can remain young for a long time, because that is one of the key factors of being young, is being very adaptable. And there are a lot of different ways in which you can learn to handle change. Sure, there is a lot available on the internet too. I think one of the most important thing in adapting to change is your belief systems. What beliefs have you created within your mind which limit you from adapting? Right? And those are the things that you can change. Are there a lot of fears in you about different things in life? Maybe you need to remove those fears, because a younger person wouldn't have that many fears. Generally, they are more open. So maybe you can work with somebody to let go of fear. And of course, being a hypnotherapist, I always think it's much faster and quicker and more efficient and long lasting if you remove fear from the subconscious mind where it is stored. Trying to remove it consciously takes forever, and removing it from the subconscious where it is recorded and stored is faster and quicker way to do it. So adaptability is one thing that you can work on, and if you don't know how to adapt to change, then you can seek professional help. There are a lot of people out there who can help you, life coaches, holistic healers. Second factor would be creating a belief that there are no limitations, that you can do just about everything that a 20-year-old can do, 25-year-old can do. Allows your body to be young. Exercise helps the body to remain young. Weightlifting, resistance training helps. But those are physical aspects, but the mental aspects are very important, because that's the one that controls the physical aspects. Right? So it's important to work on your mental parts. How strong are you mentally? How do you think? Are you open to new things? Are you open to adventure? Are you open to change? Changing careers, for example. You're 40, you're 45, and you change careers. Wow. You can reduce your age by a lot, biological age, because suddenly you are exposed to everything new when you're changing careers. Your brain expands really fast because you have to learn so many new skills. You have to learn all new ways of doing things. It's a new career. You are entering a new market. You're interacting with different kind of people, right? That creates a big jump in making you youthful and young. So if you're in the same career for a long time, maybe it's time for you to think, do you want to remain young? Then maybe you need to change or develop a hobby that allows you to do something totally different. Because variations is what makes the brain grow bigger. And the bigger the brain, the younger you are. Right? As we age, normally the brain shrinks because we hardwire ourselves into so many habits and behavior patterns. So one way to remain young is to grow your brain. Do something new. Some skill. You don't have to become an expert or a professional at something. You've never done music before. Hey, take some music classes, learn some music. You're using another part of your brain which you haven't used, and that part of the brain will grow back again. And that's a beautiful thing about learning about the research that has happened in brain development. Earlier, they thought that if you lose brain cells, you can't regrow them anymore. But now science is proving that you can regrow your brain cells again. So you have every opportunity possible to become younger and younger every day. So think about it for a moment. I think if you go on the internet, there are many sites which help you to determine your biological age. And you have to do your research to see which site is giving a proper deep analysis and figuring out how to scientifically determine your biological age. But really, I don't even think you need to do that. You can always ask yourself, and you will know how you feel. Do you feel like 30-year-old? Do you feel like 20-year-old? Do you feel like 70-year-old? Right? So you would know from your own intuitive sense of being what is your age. So let's get out of that whole belief system of physical age. It is just a number. It really has no relevance in your life, in terms of your quality of life, in terms of you being happy, in terms of how long you will live. Happy people live longer. We all know that. People who are happier, who feel a sense of purpose in their life, who have a passion about living, right? These people who have extrinsic goals where they want to make the world a better place, they live longer, right? And that's because they are younger. Biological age is younger. They have passion, just like a young child. They have so much energy, so much passion, right? Their body is just so young. You can sit in a mall and you can watch people walk by, and you can just calculate in your mind who is how old by watching them. So grow younger every day. You can do it. Celebrate your birthday knowing that you have grown wiser with the years and younger at the same time. And memory loss, for example, hey, everybody, even a young kid, forgets things at time. So you don't have to have a belief that, oh, I'm forgetting things because I'm getting older. Because the beliefs that you create will determine how you will live. So be careful about the beliefs that you are creating about age. You don't have to be the age the calendar says. You can be any age you want just by training your mind. All right. That's all I want to talk about today. I hope I gave you some thoughts for thinking and knowing that you can become younger day by day. Bye-bye.